If you want to learn how to make videos like this, stick around because I'm going to show you how to do it using Freepik Spaces and CapCut. We're only going to use two tools, Freepik and then CapCut, to add those time ramping effects and some additional effects that give the image that blurred look you're seeing. So stick around because I'm going to be sharing everything with you step by step. And in the description, I'll also leave you the direct link to the free pick space I've created, so you can add your own images, your own clothes, your own face, your own scene, and recreate the same video with yourself. So let's go. Before we begin, I want to tell you where this free pick spaces section is located. This section of Freepik Spaces, which is what you see here, is directly in the panel here on the left if you go to all the tools. You can find it here. Let's see if I can find it, because now it seems I can't find it myself. Down here. Here below you have spaces. You can set the pin. If you add the pin directly, you'll have it anchored here. I always have it pinned, and all these others you see here too, for quick access. So what I've done is create a space where I already have this flow set up. As you can see, I'm inserting it. I'm going to enlarge it so you can all see it. Insert directly here. The outfit I'm going to wear here combines the whole outfit, as you can see. The prompt I gave was to show me the complete outfit in a product photo against a white background. So now I have the whole outfit in a single image. We could give it to them in 3 different images, but I prefer to do it this way to avoid confusion, because later we'll be combining several images, as you can see here. This here is an image we would give them of the character. Then, as you can see here on the screen, there is the outfit that has been chosen and also the location where the photos will be taken. So if we come to this section right here, we can see that I have several different images, each of which I'm going to create. These images represent various ideas and concepts that I want to bring to life, and I'll be working through them one by one as part of this creative process. I made them all in 9.16 because I'm interested in doing it later to make reels and such. Here, each section, that is, each node, has input images that it is receiving as a reference. The ones it receives are, as you can see, the ones we mentioned before: the person, the clothes, and the location. They are coming in here and are using the Google Nano Banana Pro model with this prompt that you have here. Basically, here I'm telling you to analyze the entire composition you have as input for the image, take all the subjects present. It doesn't matter if it's a person, a group, a couple, a vehicle, or a specific object. I based this prompt on one I saw from TechHolla, so thanks Tech if you're watching. I have simply defined the specific type of shot in each image. In this case, stream long shot. Here it would be the same. That is the same prompt I have here, only telling it that the plane is long shot. At 45 degrees, rotated to the right side by adding the variable. As you can see here, I am not inserting these images, but I am inserting the image of the face and this image that I have here. You see only 2 reference images are the one of the face that I have here, and I have also added this one. So depending on the image that you see below, it has some reference images or others. So what I get when I generate all these images are all the keyframes that I'm going to use later to make my video. And where do I record the video? Well, directly from here, I also have this section in which I basically tell you that it is a hyperlapse movement. That is a hyperlapse movement in which it also transforms the character from the initial frame to the final frame. Here I'm using an automated model it normally uses. The automatic model and reference, if you put an input image and an output image, it will select the ideal model to do this specifically. So I take the input image and give it the one I want, the image I want to start with. I always try to start with this one, with a wider shot, and end with another one that isn't. For example, if I go from this to this, it might look a little strange, even later here because the chair appears. So what I'm going to do is take it from an open image to a more closed image. After that more closed image, we move to a more open one. Then to another, more enclosed one, you see. So that's how I do it, plan by plan. Here I have the first one, here I have the second one, and from the first to the second one, what I do is go from the final image of this shot, that is, from the final frame of this shot, it will go directly to the initial frame of this shot. And as the final frame of this shot, what I do is add the next image that interests me. So in this way, I have them all. As you can see, they all have the same prompt. I have all the videos here, one by one, and all I have to do now is put them together. This would normally involve CapCut. I would download all the videos one by one and upload them all to the platform. But in this case, I'm not going to do that because Freepik also has its own video editor. You have it here. If you click on all the tools, you'll see it's there. Let's see if I can find it. Here, Video Project Editor. This is the one I'm using. So once you're in the Video Project Editor, you can take the videos you've already generated. In this case, it would be these right here. I just click Insert, 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 and it inserts them all here. I click Export, and I have my exported video. Important, in case you don't see it, the aspect ratio is right here. This is where you have the dimensions. This is the aspect ratio, which in this case should be 9:16. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing, and I'm going to tell you why. As you can see, well, it can be a bit complex to create all of this. So what I'm going to do is share it with you directly. Once I have it done, I can click Share, copy the invitation, and I can send you this invitation so that in fact, I'm going to leave it in the description box so that you can use this flow. So when you receive this flow, what are you going to do? You only have the option to read it, meaning you won't be able to modify this flow because otherwise you'd be modifying my own flow. What you're going to do is duplicate the flow. How? Well, if you come here, video pose, which is what it's called, I'm going to duplicate the space, duplicate space, and what it will do is this exact thing, make a copy. We open it, and you'll have your own space that you can now modify. So I'm going to modify one with you so you can see how to do it. And that way you can do it yourselves too. Look, I'm going to do it. I'm going to modify the character, and I'm going to add, well, an image of Rocio here. I'm going to go ahead and create the outfit. So for the outfit, what I have here is I'm going to put in a suit. For the shoes, I'll leave those Vans, and I'm going to add this t-shirt. So you'll see when I click here, it's either going to run just this node or it's going to run all the nodes. You have to be careful with this. If I tell it to run all the nodes, what happens? Well, from this point on, everything linked to this one is going to run. All of these here are nodes that we can run without spending credits, for now. But these ones here do consume credits. So you have to pay close attention because what it's going to do is consume 9 videos at once, and that's quite a few credits, around 3,000 or so. So what we're going to do is click here and tell it to run only this node. See, it's only running this one. Meanwhile, I'm going to add an image of the location I'm interested in, which is this one. I use this image. As you can see, it's as easy as taking the image and dragging it. And now I'd have on one hand the outfit that it's converting for me here, and it's going to mix it all into a single image. See, this one here, it's going to convert it into a single image. We have the person's image here and the location's image here. So what do we do with all this? Once we have everything set up, there's something I like to do just in case, let's say it hasn't loaded properly, is to go ahead and reload the page. When I reload the page, I make sure 100% that this, and this are loaded correctly. So let's see the result, see if it's good. Yes, we'll call it a good result. You can see the t-shirt, you can see the suit, and you can see the shoes, so it's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna reload the page. Here it is, loading again. We see that everything is fine, and now I'll come over here. Here, what can I do? Run only this node or run all of them, and it will also directly make all the videos. So let's go ahead and run all the nodes. And as you can see, everything is done automatically now, meaning it's going to start making all the shots one by one. As you can see, right now it's only doing one, then it would move on to the second, then it would move on to the third, and there will come a time when there are some nodes that can be made by inserting what's in this one, for example. Once this one is done, it will unlock some other nodes, so those nodes will be able to be generated simultaneously. Look, all the images are being created here now. As you can see, they're starting. These have already been created. Now these two are being created simultaneously. We have some where, well, she doesn't look that much like Rocio. It's true that with the reference image I gave it, well, it's normal that she doesn't look that similar. But as you can see, the level of detail here is incredible. Look, so you can see some of the details. In this one, she doesn't look like her at all. What I'm telling you is important. Sometimes it doesn't take the images 100% as they are and tries to reinterpret them. These are things that happen with Nano Banana. So in this case, what we could do is stop this. Because look, I click pause, 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 and everything pauses for me. So I prevent this error I have here from, well, reaching this point. I can go back here to this image, for example, and tell it to regenerate again. I can also come to this one, which doesn't look as much like her, and I can tell it to regenerate again too. And I can come to these, which since I paused the others, well, they've paused too. And I go node by node. So I have this one. This one here works for me too. Let's see. This one here too. This one also works for me. This one too. And once these four are finished, well, I'm saying this because you can just leave it, but it's better to keep an eye on it, see that they're generating correctly, and before it moves on to the next point. It won't move on until it has all the images generated. So we're going to wait for all the images to be generated, and once they're all done and we're happy with all the images we have for the video, well, then we'll move on to the next step. Let's see. This is much better. This is much better. Look, this one's really cool. And this one too. Okay, so now we have the images. So now we can come here and tell it to run from this, from here, from this node. Okay. And now, as you can see, all the videos are going to be generated one by one, going from one frame to the next, from this one to this one, from this one to this one. They'll be generated one by one, and then we'll go to the video editor, as I said before, to put them all together. So I'll pause and we'll continue in a moment. Alright, so a little time has passed and we almost have all the videos created. We already have here. Look, this one, for example, which we would link with this one. If there's something you don't like, I mean, for example, here in this one, it looks like when she turns her face, she's wearing sunglasses. If there's something you don't like, you can define it much better in the prompt, but specifically one by one, and you can fine-tune it. But at least everything it has generated could work for us. Here we have another one. Here we have another one. In this one, it just moves the chair back because it happened that the two images we gave it were the last frame of this video with the one from here. So it would be this one with this one. That's why it does that. If we don't like it, we can then modify the node and give it a different output image, and that's it. Here we have another one. Okay, we have another one here. I always try to have one image that's far away and one image that's close up, precisely, so that it maintains consistency in the face. But there are cases like this one, for example, where, well, she doesn't look very similar because the interpretation of the face, since it's so far away, it doesn't interpret the face well. And when it gets so close, see, the very last frame is this one, so of course it has no reference for the rest of the face. Then we have this one. This one is really cool. I really like that shot. And then this one, which is the last one it has created, which would link us to the very first one, which is what I'm interested in, to be able to generate a looping video. So now with all of this, what I'm going to do is I don't need to download it from here, but what I want is to download them all together. So I'm going to go to the video editor, which, as I was saying before, was here, Video Project Editor. I'll click to create a new one, and what I'll do is insert all the videos I've generated right now, which are, well, from here. Then this one, and so on. I'll just click here, one, another. This one, I didn't insert this one, right? No. This one, and we have these two left. This one here and this one here. Okay. In total, we have 45 seconds of video. If we go to the very beginning, move the bar here, we go to the very beginning, we can see the full video. One thing I didn't do, if you notice, is it's in custom dimension. Let's click here and let's set it to story/reel 9 by 16 dimension. And it leaves it here for us. The problem is, since we didn't set it from the beginning, now I have to go one by one through all the videos to frame them. What am I going to do about that? Well, look, if this happens to you, delete everything. Control and delete. You select and just hit delete. And now you insert all the videos again. You click here, one, another, this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here, and these two. The last ones. Click and click. Okay, now we have everything with the aspect ratio we want, which is the story format. Okay, if we go from the beginning, we can see the full video. I don't know if I can make this bigger. I don't think so. Okay, those little ramps are what we have to add in later on, so that there isn't that sudden, abrupt jump from one video to the next. Well, let's just see. Okay. Next shot, she sits in the chair. Okay, absolutely perfect. You see what I mean right now? Right? While this is exporting, we could go back and add other images and make another one. That's the ease of it, that while it's doing one thing, we can be doing another, because everything is done automatically with this workflow we have. So now I'm going straight to CapCut, which is the video editing app I use for this process. I already have the project created and set up, so I don't need to start a new one from scratch. If you haven't made a project yet, you'll need to open CapCut, start a new project, and import your video clips or media files. Once you have your project ready, it becomes much easier to work with your content, because you can simply apply the same effects and edits from one project to another. This saves you time and helps keep your videos looking consistent. I'll show you how to do this step by step so you can follow along and see exactly how to transfer effects from one project to another in CapCut. I'm gonna import the video first. I have it here on this screen. Let's see. Okay, I'm importing the video here. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to replace one video with another. Replace clip. And let's see if it keeps, which I think it has this way, the speed. Yes, it did. This is exactly what I was interested in when I started working on this project. With this approach, I can keep adding one video after another, building up my sequence step by step, and I only need to focus on doing the speed ramping for each new clip. Speed ramping, which I will show you an example of here, is the process of gradually changing the speed of a video segment to create a smooth and visually appealing transition. This method makes it much easier to manage multiple videos, since I can simply add each one and apply the speed ramping as needed, without having to worry about complicated editing steps every time. If I put the video here, okay, what I'm going to do is click on speed. I'll go to standard or curve. You have to have CapCut Pro to be able to do it, okay? But it's worth it. It's €10 a month, and if you make a lot of videos, it's worth it to get it without a watermark and be able to have these kinds of tools. You click here on Curve, Custom. Even if you do it in Adobe After Effects, you can do it too. You put the points here, okay? And you just have to move them. This would be, I like to increase the speed a little bit because otherwise I find it too slow. You put it here and then you go like this until the first pause. You saw that little jump it makes that, right? Here in the video, click that jump it makes. A trick is also to delete that frame where it seems to start. If you want to get into doing that, you certainly can. If not, well, just by doing this, you'll ramp up the time for a moment and then you bring it back down shortly after. So it does something like this. Look. Boom, boom. See how you can't tell? You can barely notice anything. And if not, well, you can simply trim that small frame, just like this. If you come over here to the video section, I'll go back a bit, click, right there where it changed, right? If I go frame by frame, I can do this. Oh, sorry, I missed it. Then I carefully cut right here, move just a little bit forward, and then make another cut right here. This way the process is more precise and controlled. And this way it looks, let's see, let me think. It's just a matter of lining up the frames and that's it. See? So the same thing, I've done it with time ramping, like I said, and it works quite well. You come here, insert the video, and you only need to do it once because each video will always be the same length. And since each segment is 5 seconds long, you should add the ramp change almost exactly at the 5-second mark for each one. After you finish with the first segment, move on to the next, repeating the process for every segment. By doing this, you make sure that each transition is smooth and well timed. As you continue through all the segments, you'll see that the final result looks really great, with each change happening right where it should, creating a seamless and professional appearance overall. I'll share it with you, as I said. In the description, you have the complete Freepik Spaces workflow, and in this video, well, the step-by-step on how to do everything. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I've already reached 5,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm honestly quite happy about that. So if you're coming from there, let me know in the comments. Subscribe here too, and I'll see you in the next videos very soon. 2024 is coming, and it's going to be full of videos. So see you soon.